Yeah, man. Greeting from the beach. Right downtown, come on.
It's a big game for us.
Much appreciated, Coach. Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I was about to say, wait a second. Oh, shit.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up.
Get down, Rock.
So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
You better be afraid. You better be afraid of me. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Check pass, check good. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll run on first down. McFarland.
Oh,
they find some
out of
open
here.
field here.
Oh, Ant.
Touchdown.
Dude, ball. Big game, guys.
A big play there. His fifth touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're in on the first play from scrimmage. Our crew and you and I, we better strap in.
Like, you can put my drink in the refrigerator.
That's what's commonly known as quick strike. Points on the board. This could be a fun game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, shit. And Wildcat, fellas. Watch it. Blow it up.
The run there
Blow
on
it up.
first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
He'll look to throw.
Let me get that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker.
Go, Telvin. Go, Telvin. Go, Telvin.
Great return
Come on,
as they're
Dane.
finally able to take him down. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Bernie.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play
Big game,
there.
guys.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
Oh, JC, good tackle, JC.
Plays, we know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11.
Oh, let me get that. Hey, D-Green.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38.
Bucks must be high, man. It's 420. They stay high.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On first down,
Come on,
McFarland.
McFarland. Stop all that
There to
nonsense.
stop him, Jawan Bentley.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All day, just like that. Just like that. 45, 45. Mike, 45. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, good
Going right,
catch.
and that's complete. 22 yards there, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme.
And he takes it in.
Who the fuck let that damn skunk in here?
O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, his car race,
Must have been a gerbil or
motorcycle
something.
race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past him.
And that'll carry over the back
Come on,
line of the
defense.
end
Keep
zone
this
for
same
a touchback.
intensity. We need these games here. 1 and 3. Backs against the wall. Keep fighting.
The Bucs offense set to begin their
shit.
next
Back in the
possession.
check. Hey,
And
hey,
it's been a
keep an eye
miserable
on it.
start for them
Watch
offensively.
the movement.
Obviously, 2 drives,
Watch
2
the movement.
interceptions.
And this
Go
is
with
where you
it.
have to know your
Go with it.
quarterback and
Tack
know
it.
how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got a couple.
Cat
Here's
again.
2nd and 8.
Watch the movement. Keep an eye on it.
Call it a gain of 5 that time,
they
and they'll be
can
left
get it
with
right
a
now.
3rd and
My bad.
about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Kitchen sink coming. If I tap your helmet, you blitz.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. this time he'll look to throw. Jordan Reed has it.
Your fault, and that's Jay Reed,
And
too.
able to
Your
get this
fault.
one
If
across
you
the
gonna check him, you gotta
45
play deep.
before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Everything good. Everything good, yeah.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check.
I put JC on me.
They're running it. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-3.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Go get that.
And here's another
That's the rookie.
interception.
The rookie.
This first
The
quarter.
rookie.
Picked off at the 25.
We turn it up today, man.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're
Battle of
thinking
Florida.
about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back in?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Okay. We just first played it, a play action, fumbled it. He ran it all the way back. Ran it all the way back. It's a whole new ball game now, babe.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call.
You got him. You have to hit that hard.
The message should be clear.
The safety
that
committed.
fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
You got to make him miss. That's Devin White. He ain't missing
there
no
out on the
trouble.
right side of the flat of the swing pass.
Damn.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Slam.
Break that.
On second down, Eckler. And some room to run now. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling.
Hit him in the mouth, man. They want to be tricky. Hit him in the mouth.
Running on first.
Hit him in the mouth,
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Keep an eye on that. He's got that.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And an alley to run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Good job,
The throw there going to be incomplete.
Good D, Rock.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Who you got? What's your man?
Right there, 54, right there, 54 1. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, no.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
D-Green.
Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game, because they weren't going to pull him out.
Numbers it is. Numbers it is. Numbers it is. Numbers it is.
He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure.
Go get it, A-Rob. Come on, A-Rob.
Cover downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
44 for Mike. 44 for Mike. Check. Quarterback, don't get nervous.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Okay.
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Hey.
Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Tight dog.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This
Hey,
was
D. Green.
complete to Curtis Samuel.
That's my boy. Hey, D.
That
Green.
throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Always got to keep an eye on 28. He's a play weapon.
2nd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to keep it here.
Oh, gosh.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop the throw.
No. No, Rock. No, Rock.
Interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And his guys are
rocking
gonna
up
get the
today.
football at the 37-yard line.
Poor offense. Get it together.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump. Sponge. Go, go. Go. Watch the
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Hey, Father, you're going to have to
And
get
the
in
play
the weight
goes
room,
nowhere.
son.
Losing yardage
Get
back
these
near
guys
the
off
40
of
at the
you.
39.
Step on.
It'll be a loss of a
Come
yard,
on.
and it'll be 2nd and 11.
More offense.
Line 54 all day, dog.
What is something?
What? Go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yeah, you need at least 2 on each one. He puts one on.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Got one-on-one over there, A-Rock.
On 2nd down now, McFarland. And a
Linder,
short
you
gain there
gotta
down
get
to
a
the
hat.
37-yard
That's you.
line.
You have to
It'll be a
get hat.
pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
All right, we're playing the clock. Keep it on there. Let's keep it on that clock.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here.
Come on, OJ.
incomplete.
You got to catch
You can
that.
tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively.
guy
Several
again?
on
Oh,
the
that was
sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it
For the
out.
win.
Forces 4th down.
God damn.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
Come on.
And this is where
Come on, guys. You can't let
the
this
coach
take
is
play
walking
beat
that
it.
line
Come
of
on.
being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
Kill him now.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Down right around the 25. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Now bring him in. Yeah, rock. Yeah, rock.
As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That second down play nets a -4.
Perfectly designed blitz right there.
Now
They took
set
that
the
one
trap.
From the grease board to the field because they were able to free up
Now
their
set the
linebacker
trap,
to get into
fellas.
the backfield
Bring
and
it.
spill the play.
Hey, one set, check.
He'll look to throw. He's going to take
knew.
a shot for the
I
end
knew.
zone.
Why did they
Oh,
make
it's
me
a
jump up
touchdown
there and
if he
catch
holds
that?
on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Why didn't I jump up there and catch that?
I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost
Tell
a
me
moral
about
victory
it.
that it's not picked
I
off.
can't
But you may
believe I
hate
didn't
to
get
sound
that.
negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
10 unanswered, guys.
And that
You're not
cuts into
doing
the
anything.
deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep,
right,
they're really
second
not going
half,
to be out of
guys.
position. Take the knee, get to the
Left
locker
with
room.
you got
So we reach
2 quarters for
halftime
your
here
job
in a
here, son.
10-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in
Second
with the
half, fellas,
coach
look
at
alive.
our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
go.
You took that first half to process information. We know what he likes now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
What do you like?
They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though.
Follow
We'll
it,
see what
follow it.
adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it
I need you guys
actually
to
is.
keep
right?
an
I don't
eye
want
on this
to
guy.
create more hype than what is there. But this is a
gonna do
really,
that?
I'm doing it though. This is a really important
try to break
drive.
them.
And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see
Keep
if
an
that
eye on
script
it.
is a good one for them. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Follow him. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye. Keep an eye. Yeah.
Only a yard of the
Good job,
pickup there, and
Cisco.
it'll bring up the 3rd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Mike by 4, Mike by 4.
They're going to look to throw.
Good
Two
D.
come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on
Drop.
his way out.
Give me some
Pretty
time.
much letting
Drop.
him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah, you got the
Defense,
lead, yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Watch the out. Check 9. He get in.
On on second down. McFarland, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Do your job, guys.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
All right, D, it's going to be on you guys. Right now, the offense doesn't have it.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
The
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that guys we know off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Dummy call. Don't fall for that.
Here's Eckler.
Go get it.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Flip. Same call coming. Be ready for it. Be ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Okay, you see it. Same play. Feel it. Make him feel you on this one, though. Beat him. Okay, same thing. He flipped it. Get there this time. Get there.
Right back to him on first down.
Make him feel you, JC.
Tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Cat. If you want to kill him, just make the tackle. It's a loss of yards.
This time they double it and pick up 6.
Coming again, guys.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw.
No! Game!
And
Stop
that is
it!
incomplete.
I
He couldn't hold on
jumped
to the
it!
contact. Brings
Man,
up
I'm
second
right
down.
there!
We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they held them in check on the scoreboard.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
They'll look to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10.
Save
He's
that.
into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
I just lost right there off of
Jordan
that play.
Reed, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that will get him one closer. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here comes my double reception.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Taco Charlton able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try, and the ball is knocked out, and the Jags grab it.
Anytime you dive, they always going to make you fumble. That's the flukiest thing about Madden. That shit always
When I
happens.
see a play like that,
It's so dumb.
I come back to risk reward.
That shit always happens.
I don't know about you, but
gotta slap.
is it
They
worth it
always
at that
make you do
point,
that.
whatever you're going to pick up,
It's so dumb.
to either take the hit, and in this case,
It's
lose the
mad.
football?
They're not
Should
going
have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he gets us inside the 35-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. He'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Mike 5-4.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's back to throw. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Switch, switch, switch. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Hayward, Hayward. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And,
Cisco game. Good night.
Picked off around the 37.
Cisco.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Good night.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Why is he holding the ball
And they
one
will
hand in
only
that
muster
situation?
a yard here to the 38.
You see this nigga?
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock
One
ticking.
hand as if the game isn't on the line. Oh, let's get the fullback nigga. This nigga's working.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Boom, boom. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill, kill, kill.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think
defense did their thing quietly. I think we gave up 3 points all game.
Continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Jaguars, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gordon saying so long, everybody.
Like 2 or 3, put them like 72, 66 passing. That was just niggas was just striving. I ain't know I started the broadcast. I ain't supposed to see it into my front office and shit, man. Dang. My controller about to die. We got these Ravens next up, man. We gotta be ready to go. Ravens still. He said something like his controller. I think he be using 2 controllers or something. I don't know. He gonna have to use these 2 L's though. I know that. Yep.